Well, hi everybody. We're going to do a bit of a combination shave today. Now, the fine folks over at Gravity Razors sent me 2 of their straight razors / Shavettes last month, and I've been putting it off trying them out because I'm so scared of straight razors. Well, not scared, I just know I'm not very good at it. And I have to be honest with myself, I'm not good, only probably because I haven't used it enough. But, you got that threshold, right? You have to get good at something, or to get good at something, you have to use it a bunch. You're not good at something, so you don't use it a bunch. So there's sometimes you just got to push through. So what I'm going to do today is just shave my cheeks and maybe a little bit of my neck with this. The Gravity straight razor / Shavette, because it's got a little blade in there. And this is made by professional barbers for professional barbers or anybody that wants to use one of these. And this is pretty cool. Come in all kind of colors, yellow, this beautiful blue, inspired by Southern California kind of vibe, that kind of thing. So Jordan and Kyle, thanks for sending this to me. I'm going to try it out a little bit on the side here, and I'm just going to use it a little bit every day until I get a little bit better. And in the meantime, I'll finish up like the hard parts with the Rockwell around my chin and, stuff like that. Because go back and watch. I've sliced the dickens out of myself before using shavettes and straight razors. I think mostly shavettes, because you get that, what they call the toe or the heel of the ends of the blade. This part here and that part there, that's what'll dig into you. Yeah, so wish me luck today. And thanks again to the folks over at Gravity Razors. There's what it looks like, folks. And here's their QR code to find out more. These are only like 18 bucks a piece, 16 bucks. Check that out if you can see it. There you go. Hopefully, these QR codes. And so made by a couple of guys. They've been going for a few years now, hopefully building up some momentum, selling to some professional barbers out there. I am not one of those. So I'm just going to shave like a normal guy, like anybody would. Look at that. Something weird's going to happen. Keep an eye on this avalanche. It's just waiting to happen. All right, I took a shower. I did my ridiculous hair, and now I'm going to shave. And I'm going to lather with... What am I going to lather with? Oh, yeah. I looked down as if I hadn't already got all this stuff out. My Sinatra Linen Signature Brush, which is synthetic, and then some Space Soap Penguins in Flight, which you guys can't get. Christmas 2020. But look, that's the best thing that came out of 2020 right there. That little guy's face. He's a penguin. And he smells like delicious spiced cherries and Christmas spices. And unfortunately, Bob, he stopped making Space Soap for a while. So I don't know if he ever comes back, I will be the first to let you know. So I'm going to put some hot water on my face. I already did that, but I start rambling on and I forget and my face dries out. All right, let's get some of this guy. I think more shaving companies should do this. I wonder how many do. How many make little figural shaving soaps like this or like little scenes? I don't know. I love that kind of stuff. It's kind of like when you go to the grocery store and they've got, like, it's Christmas time or even, Halloween or something, and they've got the little cookies that you slice up and they got little pictures on them. That's kind of what this is. So I like that sort of stuff. Just fun. Just fun for the sake of fun, Not everything has to be so serious. And no, I'm not going to do a Joker impression. I'm not going to act like the Joker. All right, here we go. Let's lather up. I'm trying to think when the last time I shaved was. Yesterday I didn't. I do this thing where I just don't want to shave. And so I don't, but I have that electric razor that I use, and it takes care of the job. And then my skin doesn't bother me. That's the important part. Once again, like I said, you got to be honest with yourself and your skill level. So if you're... I don't know, I was going to say something, but then I was like totally lost my train of thought, so forget about it. It doesn't matter. Did I show you this yet? Oh, by the way, so these come with 10 little razor blades, derby blades. They're half of a normal razor blade, which I love. You can just take any old safety razor blade, snap it in two and stick it in here. And, when you're a professional barber, I think the law requires that you have to change out the blade with every client, which is only smart anyway. But so that makes it easy to do. Oh, let me show you how you load the thing in. I'm not going to actually load it all the way in. Trying to get this out of here. But with this one, and they have a different kind, which is a pinch type, where you would pinch that. But for this one, check it out. It's got this little insert. You see the little metal thing there? And it's got some grip there, so you can just put your thumb up against it and press out. And this thing slides out of the end. Check that out. That's pretty cool. It's like a stapler almost. Man, if you get the red one, and it says swing line on it. So anyway, so this is where you put the half of the blade. It's got these little guards on there. And then when you get it all in there, now you wouldn't load it like this. You'd load it very carefully, put it back in there, and then you're ready to go. So that's what I've done already with this other one. Let me put this back. With the yellow one, which is kind of like their signature color, you know. There are certain brands where like the color is the thing. And in this case, here it is. Here's how you have to hold one of these suckers. You know, it's folded like that. You fold this handle all the way around like an L, and you grab it at the little corner there. Okay, so I'm going to shave just a little bit, and I may only shave this side of my face because I'm right-handed. I'm not here to prove anything, folks. I'm not here to show off. So you just do it at about, he said about a 4. I watched Jordan's video on YouTube, and you can go to the link from that QR code I showed you earlier. And he said do it at about a 45-degree angle, just very short. Watch out for the heel and the toe. And that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to try to do this best I can. And just go very short. Straight down, very small. This is a very sharp blade. These derby blades are very good, very sharp. I'm only going to go as far as I feel comfortable doing it. Because like I said, I'm not here to prove anything. But I didn't want to just have these things sitting in my closet just because I was scared of them. And I didn't want to let the folks over at Gravity down. Because even though I'm not a Shavette user, I want to, you know, let's get the name out there. It's some good stuff. This is solidly built. It's lightweight. And if you're a professional, you can afford to, you know, buy a few and have them on hand if you need to. I like it. Made by a couple of guys here in the States. Oh, see. Okay, hold on. All right. The cool thing about using a Shavette or a straight razor, now, this is not the cool thing. I don't like this part where you have to use your left hand. Not as good at angling things like this, but I'm going to give it a shot. The good thing about using a straight razor or a Shavette is that once you learn how to use it properly, every movie you see where some actor is pretending to shave, like in the Old West with a straight razor, you'll see immediately they have no idea what they're doing. They're just like swiping it across like without any thought, just as fast as they can. Now, I'm sure there are some straight razor guys that are fast. Now, I couldn't see the blade, so I'm going to wash it off here. I like to be able to keep my eye on that blade. This is 2 millimeters exposed, by the way. 2 millimeters. So you see just enough. Oh, see, that's the problem. Like my nose was in the way, so it was pivoting in the wrong way, and like the heel or the toe, I guess, of that side was getting dangerously close to getting me. So this is something I'll have to, you know, you could even do this. I think. Whatever way you can do it, that you feel comfortable doing it. I don't feel great doing it like this. But I'm going to do it anyway. I'm about to stop on this for now. Because I don't want you, you know, you guys having to watch me learn how to ride a bike. You know, that'd be kind of boring. But anyway, I'm going to continue with this off camera and just in the privacy of my own bathroom, my own boudoir. Just me and my Gravity razor. But anyway, thanks to the folks over at Gravity. I will give you an update soon once I've learned how to use this. Now, like I said, I can't promise that I'm going to, you know, do an entire shave with this thing because it's that hump. I haven't gotten over that hump. And do I want to get over that hump? That's up to me, up to you. And if it's something that's valuable to you, yes. And if you're a professional barber, then you got to know how to do that, right? Oh, okay. All right. So let's just, let me feel. I didn't do great. I did better on this side because it's my right side. This side is still pretty, you know, I didn't do much. So anyway, I'm going to use my Rockwell with a feather blade in it, the 6S, the stainless steel. And the plate I use is the number 5 plate. So it's got 6 on one side, 5 on the other. Now, if you use a safety razor, you can zip through your shave like I'm doing right now because you do have to think about it. But you don't have to think as much as you do with a Shavette or a straight razor. And, you know, that's why they call these things safety razors, because you won't accidentally slice your entire cheek off. You can take a big chunk out of it, but the whole thing won't fall. I can't guarantee that, mind you, so don't hold me to that. These are just unfounded opinions of mine, you understand? Speaking of professional wet shavers, I was contacted by my fine friend over there across the pond, Kevy. Kevy Shaves, shout out to you. He's coming to New York in the spring. And he wants to know if I'm interested in a meetup. And I am. I just don't know if I'll be anywhere in New York, near New York City at the time he's going to be there. I hope so. I mean, my in-laws are sort of in that area. They're over in Pennsylvania. Merely an hour and a half train ride. But I hope to. I would love to meet Kevy. I think he also sent out an invitation to Ken Surfs, which is a total opposite side of the country. At least I'm in the middle of the country, you know. Ken Surfs is over there in California, surfing, collecting pinball machines. And, you know, that's so funny. I watched Kevy, I watched Paul H., I watched Ken Surfs, Geo Fatboy, Mantic 59, you know, all the big names in the shaving world. I did nick myself earlier. You see that? I'm trying to ignore that by rubbing it out and not letting you see. Don't look at the man behind the curtain. He's bleeding. He's bleeding. So anyway, yes. I watched all these fellas, and it's weird how we have certain things in common. Like Ken Surfs, he's got a class ring like mine. It just happened that way. He seems like my older brother, slightly older. Not that much older. I don't know how old you are, Ken. But Kevy also does voiceover work, which is crazy. I mean, Paul H., he's just a showman and a professional, so I'm not sure. I haven't talked to him at any length, so maybe one day. But how cool would that be if you went into a bar in New York City, Manhattan, like... you know, one of those old school bars like Keen's Chop House or McSorley's Ale House, the one that was the oldest bar in New York. That's where we should go. If we go, look up McSorley's Ale House. Imagine walking into McSorley's and then you hear this boisterous crowd in the back. And it smells of bay rum, and it smells of Barbasol, and it smells of... You know, it sounds of BS. There's just BS flowing from this group. And you look over and it's me and it's Kevy and it's Ken Surfs. And we're just 3 sheets to the wind. Snifters of brandy, I'm sure. Drink responsibly, kids. All right, let's do second pass. What I was telling Kevy, I'd be like the Rat Pack out on the town. Hitting up Jillies. Go to the 21 Club. Oh, I want to go to the 21 Club. That's a cool looking place, but oof. Gotta take out a loan, I guess, before you get a steak there. You know why steaks are so expensive? Oh, I'm asking you, do you know? It's not because cows are hard to catch, right? Hard to raise? I don't know. I think somebody at some point said, we can charge $75 for that hunk of meat. They don't have Beyond Steak, do they? Like Beyond Filet Mignon? I don't think so. I hope not. Beyond Burgers, you can hide a lot in ground beef. Somebody put that as a quote, won't you? Sinatra Lennon, 2022. You can hide a lot in ground beef. Very motivational. I see why you all tune in to my channel. It's just full of that kind of nonsense. Just absolutely chock full of meaningless banter. So I appreciate you even paying it. Look at this from the side. Look, I'm very fortunate that I have hair. I'm glad that I do. We all have our crosses to bear. There are other parts of my body I wish I could change, but I've been very fortunate in the hair department that I have it. Now, do I have a giant forehead that leads up to it? Yes, I do. Do people want to show large screen movies on my forehead? Yes, they have. They've asked. They said, hey, we're having a Sunday potluck dinner at the church this Sunday. Can we show a educational film on your forehead? And I said, no. I said, no. No, how dare you? Ooh, I tell you what, man. I wish you guys could smell this stuff because it is fantastic. And it's kept its scent, too. All right. Third pass. Now, if I was to take this back out again and go down here on my neck, Jordan in the video I watched, he actually went up, but that makes me nervous. I'd rather, I could probably do this down on my neck a little easier than my face. It feels a little more natural and easy for my arm to be in this position, So I just want to, and then if I do that, it gets in a weird angle, which is not good. So I think I would have to do this. But it's that whole right hand, left hand thing, you got to get used to the feeling of the other thing. But if you try enough, you'll get it. I mean, there's Beatle tribute bands out there with a bass player has to learn to play left-handed because Paul McCartney was left-handed, you know? And they do it. They do it. There's one down in Houston, the Fab Five. If you're ever in Houston, go check out the Fab Five. They're one of the best around. They don't just do Beatles music. They do other groups from the 60s as well, but mostly Beatles. And their bass player learned to play left-handed. I think he still plays guitar right-handed because, you know, bass would be a little bit easier. It's only if it is going up in them 4 strings. Heck, it must be easy. That's why playing piano so hard. There's 88 of those dang things in there. Actually, there's more strings than there are keys, right? Aren't there some like doubled and tripled up? I don't know. What do I look like? A mathematician to you? I do? Oh, thank you very little. Oh man, this stuff smells so good. Bob, please make more of this batch. I hope you remember it. And if you're watching, or somebody, if his son is watching, or his other son, or whoever, please make some more of that. It is one of my favorites. It truly is. All right. We're getting down to the end, folks. Speaking of getting down to the end, down in New Braunfels this weekend, Wurst Fest, an 8-day salute to sausage. New Braunfels, Texas. I'll be heading down there, I think, on Sunday. Come down and say hi, won't you? Buy me a Kartoffelpuffer. I love going to Wurst Fest in New Braunfels. I love New Braunfels in general. And as I've said before, my family had a hand in founding that town in 1846 when the Germans came over with their Prince Solms from Solms, Braunfels, Germany. So if you live in that area in Germany right now, I might be related to you. Very common German name, though. Klein, that was the name of my family members that came over. And 2 of their houses are still standing. The Joseph Klein house and the Stefan Klein house. So check that out too if you're in New Braunfels. One is a retail store selling pickles, spicy pickles. Fickle pickles they're called. And the other was a bed and breakfast for a while, but now it's behind, I don't know what they're doing with it. So anyway, be down at Wurst Fest for doing the chicken dance and polkas. It's like Oktoberfest. That's what it's like. They call it Wurst Fest because it's sausage. 8-day salute to sausage. Or is it 10-day? I don't know. Anyway, any day you're saluting that good old German sausage is good with me. And they also have tons of good fried stuff. Fried Twinkies, fried Oreos, you know, lots of great beer, lots of great German beer. Okay, let's wash off, shall we? Now that we've talked about sausage and beer and Shavettes and everything else, you never know what you're going to get. It's like a bad cruise ship buffet, this channel, you know? Some days you get something really good. Other times it's just a big old glop of nothing, you know? Try to be self-deprecating. I learned in the recent years that the proper original saying is self-depreciating instead of self-deprecating. But it got, messed and changed, like language does. But let me know, English teachers or etymologists? Etymologists? Yeah, etymologists, not entomologists. Let me know. Okay, what are we using for aftershave, folks? Well, I'll tell you. Osage rub. I haven't used it in a while. It's down there. I've had it for years. I'm almost out. I'm going to need to get some more pretty soon. How long have I had this? I think somebody actually went back and looked. It's like called Osage rub, the burn or something the first time I tried it, so it's not too hard to find. Oh, man. This, it's funny because I stopped using, I used to use it all the time, and then I got so many other wonderful products to try that I stopped using it. So now when I use it, not only do my eyes tear up and I get all squinty like this, because it is mentholated out the wazoo, it just reminds me, the smell reminds me of those early burgeoning days of this channel when I didn't know I'd be doing this. I didn't know I'd be doing this now or at all. It just happened. It's weird how life works sometimes. It's weird. Some people are huge planners and some people just stumble across stuff. And I do a little bit of both, more stumbling than planning, unfortunately. But anyway, so yes, I will continue to try these out. I won't make if thumbnail. I won't make a video about it until I get some more use out of it. But check them out, Gravity Razors, and I'll put a link down below. And yeah, there you go. If you're a professional barber, these things are pretty good. I've tried a few, and these feel good. They're very lightweight. I like the little mechanism of the blade that goes in there, like that, you know? That's cool too. Easy to take in and out. And they also have a pinch one. So anyway, more on that later. Thanks for joining me, everybody. I really appreciate it. I hope y'all have a great weekend. Stay warm. It's going to get cold tomorrow, wherever you are, except in maybe Australia. So stay cool if you're down there. And stay cool anyway. Try to be cool. I've been trying for years. I can't do it. Can't do it. Got to get over that hump. See ya.